someone like Ozzy leaves the stage for good, it's not just the end of a career, it's a shift in the entire genre.
Today we're unpacking what that shift means for fans, for metal, and for the legacy that he built.
Welcome to Rockers to Doctors, a podcast where spandex meets science and power chords meet peer review. I'm host Dorian Prescott.
And I'm Nova Starwick. This is where we go headbanging with a hypothesis.
Today's episode is all about contrast, grief, glam, and a few good surprises. We'll start by honoring Ozzy Osbourne, covering what's known, what's meaningful, and how the world is paying tribute to the Prince of Darkness.
Then we're taking a sharp left into cartoon stage madness. Cold Slither, the fake band from G.I. Joe, just performed live. We're serious, it happened, and we have the footage.
Plus, a quick spotlight on a recently released Scorpions live track, Still Loving You, reissued ahead of their upcoming Greatest Hits album. Spoiler, it's raw, it's romantic, and it still shreds. Let's jump in. Whether you're mourning a legend, reliving a power ballad, or just wondering what a Cold Slither mosh pit looks like, we've got you. Before we get into the rest of today's episode, we need to take a moment to acknowledge something truly significant. The world has lost one of its most iconic, influential, and complex figures in the history of rock and metal, Ozzy Osbourne.
It's not easy to talk about, and we debated how to approach this, and ultimately, we knew we couldn't not talk about it. Not because of clicks or attention, but because if we're doing a show about rock history, music news, and the people behind it all, this is one of the biggest moments in decades.
So, let's take a breath and just walk through what's known. As of this recording, details are still emerging, and no official cause of death has been publicly confirmed.
According to reports, emergency medical responders arrived by helicopter and spent nearly 2 hours on site attempting to stabilize or resuscitate Ozzy. That alone tells us the seriousness of the situation and the efforts made to help him.
What makes it even harder is just 2 days prior, Ozzy had been seen looking relatively okay. He was shown at the breakfast table in an Instagram story posted by Kelly Osbourne. He appeared calm, even smiling.
That image now feels haunting, but also comforting. It reminds us that he spent his final days with his family seemingly at peace, doing something as simple and human as having breakfast with his loved ones.
Right now, we don't know the official cause, and that's okay. This is a moment to focus on honoring a legacy rather than speculating about the details.
We'll keep following official channels for updates, but for now, we want to hold space for what Ozzy meant to so many, both musically and culturally. Fans around the world are mourning, and Birmingham, his hometown, is leading the tributes. The city's museum has opened a book of condolences in both physical and digital formats. It's pretty powerful stuff.
And one of the most striking things we came across this week wasn't a headline or a tribute video. It was something Ozzy himself said nearly 2 decades ago. A quote that feels, now more than ever, like it was written for this moment.
He said, "When I go, I don't want there to be morbid effing people crying. I want people to celebrate my life. Get me in the ground as soon as you can. You can cry all you want, but I ain't coming back. I don't think there are any effing return tickets."
That is classic Ozzy. Raw, honest, and completely aware of his own mythos. He didn't want a funeral drenched in sadness. He wanted it loud, unapologetic, celebratory, and the world seems to be honoring that in its own way.
Streaming numbers for Ozzy's solo work and Black Sabbath have absolutely exploded since the news broke. We're talking triple-digit percentage increases across platforms. Fans revisiting the music that shaped generations.
Pantera, who were on tour and scheduled to play, announced they were taking time off the road specifically to grieve Ozzy's passing. That kind of gesture says everything about his impact, not just on fans, but on fellow legends.
In perhaps the most unexpected tribute, fans have launched a petition for Chipotle to name a burrito after him, the Ozzy burrito. It's weird, it's over the top, and it's honestly kind of perfect.
While no official funeral plans have been released yet, we know there's a memoir in the works. Whether or not that book includes his final reflections, time will tell. But it's clear that Ozzy wanted people to look at his life, not just the end of it.
He gave us madness, melody, and more unforgettable moments than most artists could ever dream of. And now the world is giving something back. even if it's in the form of playlists, petitions, and public grieving.
To put this moment in context, we're also still reeling from recent losses. Malcolm Jamal Warner, Connie Francis, Hulk Hogan, Chuck Mangione, George Coumans. It's a tough time for fans who grew up in the 1980s. Okay, let's pivot from somber reflection to some of the most gloriously bizarre things happening in rock and metal this week.
Let's start with something that sounds like a fever dream, but is absolutely real. Cold Slither. Yes, the fictional glam metal band from G.I. Joe performed live for the first time ever.
Cold Slither originally showed up in a 1985 G.I. Joe cartoon episode. Cobra's evil plot to brainwash America with a fake glam band. Total Saturday morning mayhem.
And last week, that band came to life. Well, sort of. Members of Exhumed, Gruesome, and other metal groups transformed into Cold Slither for a live show, complete with teased wigs, eyeliners, and lots of leather.
They kick things off with the original Cold Slither cartoon theme playing as their intro music, leaning into the camp, the chaos, and the Cobra branding. But from there, it was all real instruments, real screams, and full throttle metal.
It's the crossover none of us expected, but every 80s kid secretly wanted. Metal meets Saturday morning cartoons. Cobra Commander was probably in the pit.
Let's shift gears into the gloriously weird, because if glam metal has taught us anything, it's that nothing is too strange when you add guitars and bad decisions.
First up, Beavis and Butthead are back with a new Season 3 trailer, and this time, they're not just watching Metallica, they're trying to buy them.
You heard that right. The boys show up in a helicopter, looking rich, ridiculous, and extremely confident. Metallica looks thrilled until Beavis asks, how much to buy the band?
James Hetfield starts to say, 1 gold bar, and before he can even finish the sentence, they knock him out cold by literally throwing a gold bar at his head.
We can't promise it'll be tasteful, but it will be loud, dumb, and full of riffs, which is basically the show's mission statement.
In other strange but true news, the trailer for Spinal Tap 2 is dropped, and it's doing what only Spinal Tap can. Blurring the line between satire and sincerity so hard you forget what's real and what's parody.
Which honestly feels fitting in a post-reunion, post-tribute band era where everything is both nostalgic and post-ironic at once. Real musicians are playing fake characters who inspired real bands who now cover fake songs live. We're in a Mobius loop of metal.
And before we move on, yes, the Ozzy Burrito petition is very real and still going strong. Nearly 4,000 verified signatures so far. Fans are calling on Chipotle to honor the Prince of Darkness with a signature burrito. Maybe black beans, spicy red salsa, and an upside-down tortilla wrap.
And here's the kicker. Ozzy was actually the first person to ever receive a Chipotle celebrity card. That thing gives high-profile superfans 1 free meal a day for an entire year. So, if anyone deserves their own burrito on the menu, it's Ozzy.
We'll keep watching this one. Honestly, I'd try it. Maybe with a side of bat-shaped chips.
This week's flashback is also a brand new release, and it's got everything we love. Smoky stage lights, emotional vocals, and a surprise guest from the classical world.
Scorpions have officially released Still Loving You, Taratata, 28 April 1996, as the second single from their upcoming Greatest Hits album, From the First Sting, due out September 26th on BMG.
This isn't just any version. It's the powerful live recording from their performance on the French music show Taratata, and they were joined on stage by the internationally acclaimed violinist Vanessa May. Her contribution adds an unexpected cinematic layer to an already iconic ballad.
The chemistry on stage is electric. Klaus Main's vocals are pure heartbreak, and the violin weaves seamlessly into the emotion, as if it was always meant to be there.
No wonder the video has been viewed over 101 million times on YouTube. And now, for the first time ever, the performance is available as an official audio release across all major streaming platforms.
We're calling this moment Love Songs and Leather Jackets because it proves that glam metal's soft side still has teeth. And sometimes all it takes is a violin bow and a heartbreak chorus to knock you flat.
Hit the show notes for the full performance link and get ready to feel things, like a lot of them. Before we wrap, we want to hear from you. This week hit hard for a lot of us, and chances are, if you're listening to this show, Ozzy Osbourne left his mark on your life too.
So, how are you remembering Ozzy this week? Is it an old tour shirt you dug out? A bootleg cassette you wore thin in high school, maybe just blasting No Rest for the Wicked in the car until your neighbors start asking questions.
Send us a short voice clip, a written memory, or even just your favorite Ozzy lyric, something that captures what he meant to you. DM us on Instagram or shoot us an email. We might share some of these on next week's episode.
And while we're at it, we've been thinking about putting together a bonus episode, Ozzy's Top 10 Deep Cuts. Not the hits, not Crazy Train, the overlooked weirdness, the theatrical oddities, the tracks that deserve a second life.
So, here's the question. Should we do it? Should we put together a bonus episode of Ozzy's Top 10 Deep Cuts? Drop a comment on this episode and let us know. If the metal gods give us the nod, we're going in.
Because if Ozzy taught us anything, it's that the magic is often found in the margins.
Full links are in the show notes.
Find us on TikTok, Insta, and YouTube, and leave us a review to let us know if we're hitting the right notes or if we're off key.
Stay loud, stay curious, headbanging with a hypothesis.